Welcome members to another weekly update. It's Sunday after the market closed on the 5th of January. Please watch the other video as always where I talk about the overall market conditions, and please ensure you're coming this next weekend. There'll be no broadcast next Sunday. That's why I'll be in London, hopefully with you as you're listening to this now. You should have received an invitation by now. If you can't make it, DVDs are available. Membership privileges don't include live events, the recording of them. And this is a particularly important one, which is why I've made the price very attractive and brought it forward to January instead of the usual summer, because there's some important things I need to tell you now, including cryptocurrencies. And I'm probably going to do a separate video weekly for the crypto side of things every now and again, and that'll be for people who obviously have come to the event though. So I need to check in with some the positions and draw some lines in the sand, because this is starting to look a little bit dodgy. I don't like the way it rose out of its channel on descending volume. Anything can happen, but I'm at least going to lock in some profits, and we had some nice gains here. I'm not going to let them just slip away. So let's look at Tile. As you know, I was in down here. As it skims along the 200-day, up she goes, bounce, stepping nicely. So I think the line in the sand here is pretty much going to be this line of support as it intersects the 50-day. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to close this one if it gets to about 23.7, something like that. It will have broken support and it will have broken the 50-day, which it seems to have liked just lately. So I need to protect against any drop in the overall market if it comes. It may not. So here's the line of support for ANSS as it intersected. I was in around here, as you know, up, and here's the resistance. If it gets above that will be nice, but it's riding the 50-day rather nicely once again. So I'm going to draw a line here. There's a very healthy gain on this one. I'm going to say, look, if this seems to have been enjoying the 50 days so much of late, I think something like 140 will mean that'd be a good time to get out. I'll still have had a healthy profit from down at 120, and that will mean it's broken support and broken the 50-day. So I think that's it. It's going to be somewhere around there. But if you let it get too low, then where there's all the profit gone. It's a shame to lose it, really. As I say, if it gets above that resistance level, that will be. I might raise that. PICO. As you know, I was in around here as it intersected the 200-day, got up, had a bit of a struggle, came back down again, but settled nicely on this new level of support, which is 12. I'm going to put a stop loss in here of, if I put it at like 12, that's broken the 200-day and broken support, but I've still been in profit from where I was in about 11.5. So this is just all the time locking in profits, ensuring that I get my, get something, but at the same time enough protection to let it run if it will. Let's look at IMMU. So I was in around here and bounced off the 200-day, just saved its skin there and up. A bit of selling this week, but not on increased volume, not that matters. But I'm going to, I think there might be a resistance line around, somewhere around 14. So I'm going to put a stop on this one at, it's an interesting one this. Let's look at the weekly, see if that says anything. Yeah, it's quite extended above what is already an aggressive 200-day. But I think I might just use the 200-day as the line in the sand, which is where I was in anyway. So if it gets down to 9, that'll be just out of break even. Seems a long way down, I know. So maybe I might take half if it gets to 13, something like that, and then to get it all together if it gets down to 9. What else we got here is EPOL, which it just bounced out of resistance here, which is quite nice to see. We're right along support, and that's where I was in, as you know. But good to see how it just jumped up above that new resistance level like that. So this should become the new support level. If it gets to 27, I will take a profit there. I was in around 25ish, so that's better than, certainly better than a poke in the eye. Okay, I'm not going to add any new trades for reasons already discussed. If you haven't come yet, sort of got your invitation in, you can email me or give us a call. raiderhelp@gmail.com is email address, and I can send you to a link, or we can give you a call. So I do hope to see you on Saturday. If not, I will speak to you in 2 weeks' time.